Today, I'm going to be sharing what I eat in a day to produce a ton of milk, and I'm excited to bring you along with me as I share the exact meals and recipes that I eat day in and day out to fuel my body and produce as much milk as I can for my baby. I know when you're breastfeeding, it can feel like a non-stop cycle. Feed, change, rock, repeat. It just never ends. And that exhaustion that you feel, the bone deep exhaustion, is so real. And I'm right there with you. But I have learned that food makes all the difference, especially when it comes to producing more milk. And it's not about crazy diets. It's really about giving your body the right fuel that it needs in this crazy, hectic, exhausting season of life. For breakfast today, I'll be having eggs, and I do like to put cottage cheese in my eggs. It's just a habit that I've kind of gotten in even before it was trending online, but it is delicious if you give it a try. Some bacon, some raisin toast, just because I like something a little bit sweet with my breakfast. This is the coffee we've been loving as of late. It is Bird Rock Coffee Roasters. They're local to here in San Diego. I typically like more of a light roast, so this is a nice balance, I think. It's not super, dark roast and acidic. So something else worth mentioning, since I started pumping, I have switched over to oat milk with my coffee. I did have to get this Chobani oat milk the other day because they're out of my usual brand. It's still pretty good, but that has also helped to increase my milk supply, and you really can't taste any difference. Before we go any further, my name is Jen. I'm a mom of 2 girls and we live here in California. Really love to hear more from you about what you're kind of struggling with when it comes to milk supply. It's something I love to talk about, so feel free to drop a comment down below. If you're new here, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I post content on motherhood as well as postpartum. I am pretty new to YouTube, so I am really looking forward to growing this channel as well as the community that it builds, and we would love to have you here. I found that the secret weapon really is to have water accessible to you all day. So I carry a Stanley. I love my Stanleys, and I will refill this probably 4 or 5 times throughout the day. I drink that much water, and I have found that it's not really about counting ounces. It truly is just what is my body needing in the current moment. And I react solely just by how my body is feeling and what it's telling me to do. I also keep in mind for every cup of coffee I have, I need to drink at least 1 Stanley, and that's also an additional motivator so I can keep hydrated all day. For our mid-morning snack, I will be having these lactation bites. I did get the recipe on Pinterest. They're super simple, but they have peanut butter, oats, flaxseed, chia seeds, I believe, and maple syrup. They are super delicious. I'll leave the recipe below if you're interested. It's very quick to make too. And then just some blackberries for some natural fruit sugar. These are one of my go-to options as far as like a mid-morning or afternoon snack. And also, Laura really likes them, so I love to make those in a big batch and share them with her as well. Alright, so Julia is down for her morning nap, which is my cue to refuel, try to get something done. Sometimes it doesn't really work out. She takes a short nap. I'm going to have my mid-morning snack, sit down and watch a little TV with Laura, and then get up and try to get some laundry done. Those lactation bites are so good. I just finished my bowl, and now I'm going to go clean up the house, do some laundry before we have lunch later on. But give those a try. I usually batch make them on the weekends, so they're just super handy. Very easy to eat with a baby on your hip as well, or a toddler running around your feet. Drop a comment down below if you did end up trying them. I'm super curious to see what you think of them. So Miss Juliet just woke up from a nap, and now we are going to just hang out a little bit while she watches me do some laundry and get a couple things done around the house before we start lunch. It's in the room. It's in the room, sweetie. Yeah. It's in a good mood, wondering why I'm recording though, huh? Yeah. So for lunch today, I pulled out a bunch of things I had in the fridge. I didn't really plan too much as far as what I wanted to make, but I like to keep very basic things on hand, just because, I don't know, sometimes I'm not that creative. But Today I'll be making probably a big salad with some Wagyu beef burgers. I just got these in my Hungry Root box. If you're not familiar with Hungry Root, I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but I really like using their service just to make sure that we have 4 to 5 really healthy meals a week. I will link my code down below. If you want to take advantage, you'll get some money off your first box. But again, not affiliated with them in any way, so feel free to check them out. Okay, tell me you have a Velcro baby without telling me. You sit right here, please. All right, anyway, I don't normally eat Wagyu beef, but I do tend to grab more so for like lean proteins. So usually on Saturday or Sunday I'll go to the store. I do really like to make things with very high quality proteins, especially while I'm breastfeeding. High level protein really helps when it comes to restoring your tissue as well as hormone balance and keeping you full. So I'll be using that today, as well as just some basic ingredients that I picked up at the store this weekend. And I am going to be making a toddler version for my daughter as well. All right, so we are going to be using some baby spinach for our salad base. The protein, like I mentioned, cucumber, some cherry tomatoes, and then I do like to have something sweet after, so I just have these sweet red cherries for later, but that's pretty much it. I usually like to make my salad dressing with just olive oil and maybe some lemon juice. But if you keep your ingredients more like whole food based, it is definitely going to help with milk production. And I always aim to have a protein, a healthy fat, and then a lot of iron in whatever I'm eating. So this would be good. I also did just get these Our Place pans. I'm pretty new to them, but so far I love them. I've heard in the past that if you use Wagyu beef, you do have to use a little bit more oil. I don't really know why, to be honest, but we'll see. I added just a little tiny bit of avocado oil for some healthy fats. And I'm gonna get these going. So I know some of you are probably gonna laugh at me, but it's not like I cook Wagyu beef all the time. I would not recommend putting some avocado or olive oil in your pan before adding it. It's a little too oily. So I just drained it and dried it, and now I'm gonna add it to my salad, but just wanna let you know, don't do that. So for those of you who think it might be a little weird to add lemon juice to a beef product, you really can't tell. I honestly just recommend adding whatever you have in the fridge as far as like fresh produce. That's going to be a really simple way to build a nutritious meal. It doesn't have to be perfect every time. Like, I didn't really add too many spices, but if you wanted to do like a taco salad, that's also one of my go-tos, and it's super tasty just to add in a little bit of seasonings. Today I just added salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic, and like I said, the lemon juice and olive oil. And for those of you with toddlers, I just give Elora honestly like what I eat. As long as it's like healthy and something that she will eat, I'm happy with it. I do like to add these croutons. The Almost Naked flavor is really good. I also grabbed these Trader Joe's sparkling juice drinks. If you look at the ingredients, they're very clean, but we're gonna have those with lunch as well. We've finished lunch and now both girls are just taking a nap. So I'm gonna spend some time, get done what I need to get done today. I have a lot of laundry, as always. And I'm gonna be planning some activities and meals for the rest of our week. It is gonna be a big week with Elora starting preschool. So I wanna make sure that we're making the most of our time that she is home and with us, especially over the weekend when my husband is also off. So I'm gonna work on that for a bit and then we will touch base. When I think of what foods to eat, I really try to aim for real, minimally processed foods that can offer the most nutrition per bite. So that includes lean meats, heavy proteins like I mentioned earlier, so eggs, fish, tofu, legumes, things of that nature. It's a little bit later in the day. We just got back from Petco because Harley was out of dog food. So now I'm going to be starting on dinner. Tonight, my husband and I are going to have poke bowls, and then we're going to make a modified version for my mother-in-law just because she doesn't really like raw fish. So let me show you everything that we have going in our poke bowls real quick. For our base, I have some extra rice in the fridge from the other day. I'm going to add some spinach, cucumber. We love these coconut aminos. Some spicy fermented kimchi. This is also actually really good for your gut health as well. I have found being postpartum, this kind of helps with the random upset stomachs. Some edamame, great source of protein and fiber, and also my toddler loves it, so that's a win. And then my husband has a friend that he knows through work who frequently goes fishing offshore. So he brought in some bluefin tuna. It's really fresh, just caught about a week ago. I'm very excited to be eating this. You can really add anything you want to your poke bowl. I personally like things a little bit spicier, so that's why I add the kimchi, but like my husband, he really doesn't like that. So it's totally up to you what you add. I recommend maybe trying avocado. We just didn't have any this go around. Or avocado slices. Anything that you might enjoy in a sushi roll would be an excellent option and make this meal even more nutrient dense. Drop a comment down below to share your favorite breastfeeding snacks as well as your favorite meals. Let's all help each other out. I know this time of life is so confusing, and the more we can help each other, the better. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, or at the very least took some inspiration as to what to make for your next meal or snack. I know this is a really hard season of life, but just know I am wishing you all the best from afar. I would love to have you back if you would consider subscribing. Never miss out on any of my updates on motherhood and postpartum content, as well as our family adventures. But until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye!